And Jake Tool, because my name is sudomilqa25, and welcome back to another video. So today, I'm just going to be playing some Battlefield 4. Oh, jeez. Sorry if I'm bad. I haven't played in quite a while. Now, I'm not sure what to talk about. I really just needed a video for today. Or, yeah, today. Like I said, don't know. I guess we'll just talk about this game versus Battlefield Hardline, I guess. But quite a bit of people have already made this. Wow. Alright. A lot of people have already made, this video and their opinions and stuff, but I wanted to share my opinions and how I feel about Visceral making a game. Well, Battlefield 4, or making a Battlefield game. Now, there's been quite a bit of controversy about this, just because it's different, people like different game creator, So they thought, it probably won't be very good, But, and I was one of those people, actually. I thought it'd be terrible, and and I thought the launch was going to be bad, and just because of their reputation of, Battlefield games and DICE and all that, or not DICE, EA, but the launch was pretty great, actually, and when it first launched, I thought, why play this if it's practically the same game in just a year, or not a year, it's more like 2 years after Battlefield 4 had released, and Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 were like 3 years apart, or 2, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure they were like 3, but anyways, I thought it wasn't going to be a very good game, just because it didn't look like they had very much time to develop it and stuff. And after watching a couple of videos about it, I really saw the potential in Battlefield Hardline. I thought it would be pretty terrible just because it seemed like the same game when I first heard about it. But then I noticed that there's way different attributes, I guess you could say, to it. It is just way different, and I thought, I'm still debating on buying it. It's still $60, so I was thinking maybe just buy it on a sale or something, because, Battlefield sales might not be as good as Battlefield 4, just because, Battlefield 4 was terrible launch, and, so they made it a good deal, to buy, but, versus Battlefield 4, I think that, Battlefield 4 had a terrible launch, and Battlefield Hardline clearly had a pretty okay launch. It wasn't anything bad, it wasn't anything great. The sales are still not very good. And people are stopped playing this game. Or not this game, but Battlefield Hardline. There's not as many people playing, and there's a lot more people leaving than joining. It's not a whole good thing. A lot of people are just playing Battlefield 4 again, just because they feel like, Battlefield 4 is a great game, and why move away from it. That's kind of why I didn't buy Battlefield 4 for so long. I played Battlefield 3 on the PS3, and I thought, this game is perfect, but on there it was like $10, and it was around Christmas, so I really just asked for it. So, then I got it, and I played it, and I was like, oh man, this is amazing, and all that. And then I, played on the PC and on the PS4, and I'm like, it sucked for the PS3. It barely even played. It very rarely got 30 FPS. I don't get why people played it on there. And I'm not even sure if Hardline is on the older consoles, which makes a lot of sense because the PS3 and Xbox 360 didn't even play on Battlefield 4. Although that's clearly Battlefield 4's issues, you know. But anyways, I just wanted to talk about, you know, like how, if it's better, you know, should you move over? Well, if you already have Battlefield 4, and you don't have the money, like if you want to, I wouldn't save up for it really. I would maybe spend your money on something else, or wait and get it later when it's cheaper, you know. But, so, I'm gonna buy it just because I'm getting a little bit sick of this game. Just because I've got almost all of the guns, and the ones that I haven't are like the UMP9, you know, that's Engineer Expert, or the M240, or yeah, or the RPK-12, which is a Support Expert, you know, or, you know, the FYJS, that's the Recon Expert. I've only got this one just because I've worked on Assault since I first played, you know. But I've unlocked all of them that aren't like the ribbon things, you know. And I feel like they should probably make them like easier, and you know, just so you don't have to work for them for 10 hours straight, you know. And you have to have quite a bit of skill to get these last few guns. But it's really just, I think that the unlocking system is a lot better on Battlefield Hardline just because, you know, you buy stuff, really. Well, like, for part of the weapon you buy stuff. You know, so you get the money instead of, like, experience for the gun. You get money for using different guns even, which can be bad at some point. So, I mean, you have to unlock a certain amount on there. But I still think that, I think the unlocking system is still a lot better than the other ones, and then Battlefield 4, I mean. And I think that overall, Battlefield Hardline is a pretty good replacement. Now, they are two completely different games. This one is military shooter, and that one's cops versus, you know, criminals kind of a thing. Cops versus robbers. Which I kind of like. I mean, you don't get all those really high-tech military weapons like, you know, I can't really think of one, M249 per se, you know. That's really pretty hard to get, and a cop wouldn't have that, you know. So I like how they have the weapons it's really realistic, I guess you could say. You know, so I quite like Battlefield Hardline better, but I'm not saying that it's better than Battlefield 4. Some people think that Battlefield Hardline is not a very good replacement for Battlefield 4, and I completely support that because it's very different. I wouldn't call it a Battlefield game, really. I think of it more as COD, the older Call of Duties, you know. Like, say, Call of Duty 4. I feel like that's almost like, I mean, sure, Call of Duty is a military shooter, but I think of it like that because it feels similar. It doesn't feel like a Battlefield game to me. It's because of all the different guns, you know, like, you know, taser, well, except they don't have that in Battlefield, but, or, I mean, in Call of Duty, but it just feels like a Call of Duty. That's why I don't really like it, you know. I really like when DICE, I think, made it Battlefield 4. I'm not sure. I think it was DICE that was accompanied with EA, you know. I think DICE is just a part of EA. I don't know, but I like the Battlefield 4 just because of the developers are really good. I've been with Battlefield for quite a while and played most of, well, not most. I played 3. Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, and Battlefield 1943, which that game is really cool. Battlefield 1942 was a lot older. it surely wasn't Battlefield 1943 graphics. It was probably, I'm not sure when it came out, but it wasn't the best graphics, I'm going to tell you that. If you don't know what Battlefield 1942 is, I would look it up, because it's kind of cool looking to know how far Battlefield has came, you know. It's really quite different, and it's just amazing to see how far it just came. That's why I checked it out. But Battlefield Hardline seems like it might win this race, just because it's really a great replacement, and I feel like you could get quite a bit of hours in it. Now, I've played Battlefield 4 for almost 100 hours. I checked on Battlelog, and I've probably spent about, I don't know, way less time recording on it. Oh, this is the best. You should just grab this with a shotgun. But, you know, that's why I think, like, I put 100 hours in this, and I think that you could put way more, or not way more, but even the same amount of hours in this than in Battlefield 4, you know, like, or Battlefield Hardline, I mean. How? Oh, okay. But, anyways, I think Battlefield Hardline is the new Battlefield. It is very great, but, you know, like I said, it acts like Call of Duty, but Call of Duty's a pretty okay game. Well, up until, like, Call of Duty Black Ops 2 was when it first started. That was, like, bad. Or it was slowly digressing. I can't talk. It was slowly degrading, and it's, like, greatness, you know. It's, you know, back in the day, Battlefield was way smaller than Call of Duty. And then around, you know, Call of Duty Ghosts and Call of Duty Black Ops 2, Battlefield just came up in sales, you know. A lot more people were switching to Battlefield than Call of Duty, you know. And I think there was so much more pre-orders on Battlefield 4 than Call of Duty Ghosts, which was really cool to hear, because Call of Duty ruled the FPS, you know, or the first-person shooters, you know, and Call of Duty didn't really add up to Battlefield to me. So, anyways, I'm rambling, as you could say. Anyways, Battlefield Hardline is overall probably a pretty good replacement, I would think. But what's kind of weird is that Battlefield Hardline and Battlefield 4 are like competing. Like EA is trying to compete with basically themselves, which I think is pretty weird. You know, why are they competing with themselves? Well, no one really knows except probably them. But I didn't mean to throw that, by the way. I was trying to do that, but you know, I think it's kind of weird that they're competing with themselves, and Battlefield 4 is winning. Just because people buy Battlefield Hardline, sure, but they don't stay with it. Most people switch over, or switch back, I mean, which is sad, because Battlefield Hardline seems like a pretty good game, and what I've heard from a lot of people is that it doesn't have, like, the time, or not the time, but, like, the playability, like, for how long you can play it and not get bored, you know. And there's points where I got super bored of Battlefield 4 and I just stopped playing it for quite a while, but that just happens with all games, like Minecraft, for example. I played that all day, every day, but at one time, but then I stopped playing it. And just until recently I started uploading it, but not very much, you know. That's partly because I've gotten bored of it. I've played so many hours of Minecraft, you don't even want to know how many hours. More hours than Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 3 combined, yeah. Maybe even Battlefield in itself, like